Hello, and welcome to devlog number 8. If you're new here, I'm Clemenades. I make a lot of game jam games, and I'm currently working on my first official game that I'm going to release. It's a tiny little roguelite inspired by Downwell, only you go up instead. If you want to know more, you can check out the previous videos, and without further ado, let's get into it. New player art. I did manage to finish up the new player art style that I showed you guys a sneak peek of last time, and I got it into the game, and yeah, it worked pretty smoothly. Almost everything just kept working the same as with the smaller player art. I did have a random bug with like the wall slide animation pop up, but nothing too major. And I did have to update the level generation to remove the 1x1 tiles because our new guy looks a little awkward on them. And while I was in there, I did some more level generation cleanup. Overall, I think the new character style is a success. I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm working on some other characters in that style that I'm not going to reveal just yet. Chest. I've spent a lot of time working on the chest in general. Since these will be the primary way you upgrade, I wanted to get a system built that would allow me to easily add items and tiers to it, so I did a lot of behind the scenes work on that you guys can't really see, but I'm pretty happy with. I also updated the random generation so that hopefully the player's going to get, I don't know, about 10 chests per level, and I know what you're thinking, that sounds like it could be a little bit overkill, but it's good for now, and stacking items till your OP is the most fun you can have in this game. I don't know, maybe I'll add 15 chests. What are you going to do about it? I also updated the rules around the items each chest can spawn, so as a player you're more likely to get the white and green items, or the common and uncommon items, the two lowest tier items. Having to jump after a chest opens to collect an item you already paid for makes no sense, so I updated the whole purchase system. You can now see the cost of the chest before you purchase. To buy the item, you simply walk up to it and jump while colliding with it. Now I had to think kind of hard about if that was the right move. Jumping works really well as a trigger because it allows you to quickly buy things as you flow through the level climbing. And if I want this to work on mobile, I'm also limited on the number of buttons I have. So I think it kills it for both of those methods. The primary focus of this game is to go up, right? It's to climb up, and jump is the button that served that primary goal. Now buying items from chests upgrades your abilities and makes you stronger, which aids in your primary goal. So I think the fact that both your primary goal and the chest you buy being triggered by the same button, it kind of makes sense. You can get all sciencey with it, and there might be a reason in there. Once you interact with the chest, the random item appears. The items, when they pop out of the chest, play a little growing animation now, and poof, bye-bye. And that actually came from, I'm going to throw up the user that suggested this. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. Sorry, I forgot your name. I also made it so that when you open the chest, a summary of the item and what it does appears for a few seconds and then just fades away on its own. You can see it up there by the UI. I think this kind of keeps it out of the way, but also gives you a way of getting some sort of description of what the heck the item you just picked up does. And it should help the player get familiar with the different items. And lastly, very work in progress, but lastly, the items appear in the UI now. And anyone who's played Risk of Rain 2 before, or really most roguelikes, probably knows that seeing a bunch of items start to stack up on the screen as you collect things and make your way through the game, and you just start to become super powerful feels amazing. Pretty excited to have the items showing up somewhere in the UI. I'm not a fan of having the different pixel sizes like this for the items, so I'll probably have to revamp what the UI icons look like, but I really like the idea of having like just 50 icons stacked across there and flying through the level feeling like a boss. Alright, moving on. More items. It's that time in the devlog where we go through a few more items. Now, last time we focused mostly on bullets and poison bullets, bleed bullets, crit bullets, and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to show off some, not all, but some of the mobility items this time around. Okay, so here we go. Obviously, we've got speed boots. I think I called them boots of haste. They increase your movement speed and they stack. They could potentially be more or helpful for certain characters than others. As you can see, I've got quite a few of them and I'm moving pretty fast right now. Higher jump height. So this green item right here gives you a higher jump height. It also stacks. So if you get a few of those as well, you can really start to move through the level a little bit faster. Or maybe, you know, make it through some of those platforming obstacles a little bit easier than you expected. And okay, one more mobility item. Now I have this marked as gold, but it's probably gonna be a green item. We'll end up changing these colors around as we get further into the balancing. And it is the golden shoes, an extra double jump. Now you already start out with one by default, but just sort of like in Risk of Rain, you get a few of these stacked and it just feels awesome to be able to kind of almost fly through the level is sort of what it feels like. Here you can see a clip of me with I think like 5 or 6 stacks of each of those items, the boots, the shoes, the jump height, books. So I'm really booking it through the levels. See, and I also have a couple other movement items like a dash, but I'm not gonna show you guys those just yet. Mostly because I'm still kind of ironing out the kinks. Okay, and I think I'll just rattle off a few more items real quick. Well, I'm just going to show you a few more items real quick, but I'm going to stack them all together. We don't have to show them one at a time. You guys kind of know what they do. You saw their bullet counterpart last devlog, the bleed and poison bullets. We also have bleed and poison boots, so I'm just going to stack up a few of those and show you what that kind of looks like. Now, what's cool is there's 3 bleed items and 3 poison items. There's poison boots, poison bullets, and then poison damage. The poison damage item works with both the bullets and the boots, which is kind of nice. And the same thing with bleed. The bleed damage item works with both the bleed and bullets and the bleed boots. Yeah, you get some movement items stacked and you can really fly through this level. Maybe you can even do like a pacifist run and try not to attack anything. It's gonna be cool because there's gonna be a bunch of different ways you can play the game. We'll see. I gotta start balancing, so when I get to that, we'll find out if I'm right or not about this. Music continues to go well. Riptide has another little sneak peek for us. I think it sounds fantastic. I really like Riptide's music. I think he nailed that abandoned lab feeling, and the whole song just oozes with retro vibes, which just fit the game great. So yeah, very excited about that. Great job, Riptide. And that's about it for this one, guys. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. We're going to be working on some cool environment background art to spice up the levels. I'm going to potentially reveal another new character in this style that I've been working on. But anyway, you guys are the best. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. And until next time, peace.